everyone.
Hello.
So we're starting with a bit of a talky bit to start with, because what a morning it's been, oh my word. So basically, this morning we kind of had every intention to do this this little video and the worship little set in the morning before lunch, and so we had breakfast, then we were practicing. Well, we started to practice, and I just felt really insecure, although I didn't know it was that at the time. I just started to feel really low. I was like, well, I don't know what's going on in my brain, and it wasn't happening. And this went on for a while. I went into my bed and I tried to have a nap, because sometimes that helps, and it did not help. And it was like, I must have tried to nap for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it just, usually, I love naps. I love naps, they're amazing, but today it just was not working. And I just felt really demotivated, and my brain was going 100 miles an hour, but I couldn't work out what anything was. And yeah, so then I was like, no, okay, let's go outside. And this whole time Steve had been practicing. We were gonna play the piano, and I was gonna play guitar, and we were gonna use the mic. And Steve had been practicing, and I was like, let's go outside. So I came outside, and then, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but then I was like, oh, Steve, can you pray for me? Duh, because that's probably going to help, isn't it? Steve had been praying for me before, in his mind, but yeah, I just felt really insecure, but you prayed for me, and I felt a lot better pretty much instantly. And it seems really silly that I didn't think of it first, because I love God, and Jesus is pretty cool, and this is Jesus Day today. If any day is Jesus Day, I think it's today. But it just for whatever reason, it just did not come into my brain, and I just don't understand why. But I just felt very attacked, so so that was my morning. But then, and I was explaining all this to Steve, my lovely Steve, and saying about insecurity, and how I just, I don't usually struggle with insecurity or feel it, worrying what people think or that sort of thing, because I used to struggle with it loads, but I feel like I've got a lot better now that I've kind of put my foundation in God and what He says about me. But then you explained.
Well, I mean, insecurity is something that I've struggled with for all of my life, really. And I'm slowly learning a couple of things. Firstly, that actually slowly learning to get my identity from Christ and His love. So that's the only secure place you can get your identity from. And the other thing is, it's easy to get down on yourself if you can't play something straight away or do something, and a lot of this can stem from if in your head, if you fail at something, then that's it, which isn't really true. If you fail at something, you just learned a bit more about yourself, and you can still grow, you can still learn to do it, and you can practice it and get better at it. It's not, you get one shot to try and do something, and then you're a failure if you don't manage it.
And I think that then made me realise, actually, I had spent time practicing, and I was good at things, but what I'd spent time practicing was singing rather than musical stuff. And I think Steve is extremely talented at loads of musical stuff, because you are gifted in it, but you spent loads of time practicing it. And I think, it wasn't that I felt jealous of how good you are, it was that I just felt really inadequate with what I could do, and I wanted to be able to. I like to be able to do things. If you haven't already know that about me, but I want to be able to do things straight away, and when I can't, it really frustrates me. But I think realising that actually, what I'd spent time on and what I'd practiced was my voice, that made me feel a bit better. But yeah, so that's just some thoughts for. Is it the afternoon yet?
Yeah.
It's very much
It's
the
been
afternoon.
for quite a while.
Okay. We've got Bellamy here. And there's also going to be people walking by, and we're outside, so just, deal with it. So
Yeah, it's a good time to worship. Like, there's been a few times where we've been trying to worship and things have been really difficult this week,
Yeah.
and like the enemy doesn't like worship.
No.
It's a very powerful
And I
thing.
don't think he likes us at the moment.
So,
Not that he likes us anytime. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Should we worship?
Yes. It wasn't for nothing that you shed your blood. So I'm gonna live like my shame is gone. I won't be shackled to the way I was. So I'm gonna live like my chains are gone, gone. Now my sin is dead and gone, and I sing hallelujah. Done, done. He is risen, it is done, and I sing hallelujah. Praise is a weapon that will overcome. So I'm gonna shout like the battle's won. Fall back, devil, 'cause your time is up. And I'm gonna live like the stone is gone, gone. Now my sin is dead and gone, and I sing hallelujah. Done, done. He is risen, it is done, and I sing hallelujah. How great the power of the blood. Oh, oh, I am the righteousness of God. Oh, how great the power of the blood. Oh, I am the righteousness of God. Oh, gone, gone. Now my sin is dead and gone, and I sing hallelujah. Done, done. He is risen, it is done, and I sing hallelujah. Oh, gone, every need